Okay, so now we're going to go through some of the most common list operations. We'll have some more advanced ones in the next section. So let's start with some basics. So we've got this list of delinquent account numbers, delinquent accounts, and it gives you a list of 4 that are delinquent. And then we can check in here if 2008 in delinquent accounts, it'll tell us that it's delinquent, and it's here, so that's going to be what happens. So let's run it. So that works, and if I were to change this, we'd get the other one. So this is a good review. It's going over a bunch of stuff we've done so far. So we've got our list, we create it. We name it meaningfully. Real words. If you look at this as delinquent understory accounts, you know exactly what you're looking at. This is excellent naming. We do an if statement where we check to see if 2008. Now, why does this work? Would this work? And we'll put 2008 back in here. Think about it. Will it work? No, because we put it in as a string. So it has to be the same type. So be aware of that. If you have a list of integers and you want to search for something in it, it needs to be an integer, not a string, not a float. Because this also should come up false. Because they're not the same. Value-wise, they equate out to the same things, but it's not the same thing that's in the list. So be aware of that. So the next thing we're going to look at, and I'm going to comment this all out. Again, when I'm commenting out large blocks, it's Control/, the slash is under the question mark. So now I'm going to look at finding the index of a value, and I'm going from my examples in my lesson. So we can talk about them and you can see them working. And not watch me spend too much time typing. So here I need delinquent accounts to still exist. For I in range length delinquent accounts, so there's the length is 4. If delinquent accounts I equals 2008, it'll tell us what indexes it's at. So when you're doing something like this, you should figure it out first. So this should be 0, this should be 1. We should be at index 1. And this is without an F string. Ooh, F strings are better. F. Let's take a look at that. So the account number is at index 1. And that's what we expected, predicted, knowing that it starts counting with a 0. So now we're going to look at a new example not tied into this. So we can comment those all out too. I'm leaving them here in the comments because I do upload these all to my GitHub, which you guys are welcome to go look at. So if you want to look at my code all in one place, the ones I'm not actively working with. So we're going to look at a shopping list program. So we've created the needed list, which has apples, lettuce, bread, milk, and peanut butter. Then we're setting a flag. When we change the value inside the flag to done, the while loop stops. So while got it, not equal, remember the exclamation point, it means not equal to done, for item in needed list, print item. Then we're going to have got it equals input. Please enter the item you have gotten from the list. If got it in needed list, remove got it. If length of needed list equals 0, print you are done. Got it equals done. Now, this isn't necessarily the greatest way to do it. Well, it is, because we're removing it. So let's go through it. This is fine because I'm checking length of needed list equals 0. So I'm going to buy stuff that's not on my list because I'm human. So we'll say put in milk, bread, peanut butter. But darn it, if I have peanut butter, I want jelly. Doesn't change the list at all, but I'm allowed to do it. Apples, lettuce, and it tells me I'm done because I've gotten everything that's on the list, and it ignores things when I put them in that are not on the list. And this is exactly the way this should work. So you can see that it's stepping through, it's removing each one as I get it. And how are we doing that? We're using remove, and we're doing it by the content instead of by the index. So it's looking for a match, a string match. And the thing is that there is an error here. We could go further, we could go better, because what if I typed in milk with a lowercase m? You'll see that's not going to work. It still shows up on the list. So there are ways to improve that. I don't expect you to do that at this point because we haven't learned how to change things to upper or lower case yet, but that would fix it. If we compared things that are upper or lower, you'd want to just move everything to upper, both input and the list, compare them, and do it that way. Haven't gotten there yet. So this is a good start on your list functions.